Welcome everyone to an arena video. I'm Andrea Mengucci, and this video is sponsored to you by Wizards of the Coast and channelfireball.com. I do draft for PT preparation, but there hasn't been a PT to test an arena for, I don't know, infinite time, because Wizard had very weird decisions for their recent PT. One of them was Modern Horizons, which sucks, and the other one was War of the Spark pre-release. Can you start saying Mr. like Mister? I don't understand. Alright. Yes, mulligan to 5. That's a keep. Once again, I'm gonna bottom these Scapeshifts. Maybe I can keep one. Oh, actually, yeah. I don't know what I'm playing against exactly, so I'm gonna scry these to the bottom. Alright, if I'd played against the Discard spell deck, then I'm happy to just bottom both Scapeshift. But I'm playing, I'm playing against a known player, so the mirror is so cool. The mirror is nice. I mean, I think this deck, like at the beginning, this deck looks pretty nice. I've started playing since yesterday, and my record has been amazing. I am 12-4 with this deck so far. Oh, Arbora Grazer. I built my deck yesterday in paper, and I was looking in the various boxes to find all the cards, and I found all the weird land. I found them from original sets. So I have like Gates from Return to Ravnica. I have Blossoming Sand from Fate Reforged, even stamped. There's even a stamp on the Blossoming Sand from Fate Reforged. I have what do I have? I have Simic Guildgate from Gatecrash, stamped by GP Utrecht 2013. Very cool. Yeah, all the original version. Temple of Mystery from Terras, of course. Scapeshift from I love this like random reprint. Scapeshift from what was it? What's that? Scapeshift? My Scapeshifts are from Morningtide. Morforama in Italian. I can't remember when I bought these. It must have been so long ago. It must have been so long ago that I bought this Scapeshift. Probably like... Because Scapeshift was a deck in Standard, right? I think Scapeshift was a deck in Standard. So, Morningtide is from 2018. Sorry, 2008. Morningtide is from 2008. But Valakut is from 2012. No, it couldn't be. It couldn't be in Standard. It was extended. Yeah, it was extended. But I remember buying Scapeshift from the store where I was going to, which used to have like super mega overpriced card, but the Scapeshift was still like very much behind in price, because it was a new deck. Like as soon as Valakut got printed, I think I bought them for like €2.50 each, and then they were like way more expensive. Andrea, what do you think will be the best Commander 19? Sorry, Black Mambo, I really have no clue on what you just asked me. I don't follow the Commander product. I do like Commander as a format. It's pretty cool. It's like exactly the for fun Magic, but I've been growing with like actual formats. So we have like Legacy, Vintage. Like we kind of have fun with those. All right, I cannot play Field of Dead or Breeding Pool, or I would not make a land for Field of the Dead. Merfolk Trickster will kill the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Yes, I think so, yes. He must do, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna trade with the zombie. I don't have much to do with this crazes. This one trample, so might as well just trade instead of just soaking 2 damage. I'm on 13, and unless I draw a Rejuvenator or a Growth Spiral, I can't cast this Scapeshift large. I wouldn't mind drawing a Deputy to hit those 2 crazes. You like Knight of the Evil Legion? I don't know. I'm pretty sure if they don't print vampires in the Nest set, we will not see many We will not see many vampires. Alright, so I'm playing breeding pool here. Make a zombie. Am I dead on board? I'm not. So I could play Teferi Plus and then just end of turn play Scapeshift. I think that's better, right? It must be better. 7 plus 3, 10. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll play this tapped. Wait, oh, porca puttana, should have... I forgot about... I mean, I even said it earlier how I shouldn't have played Braiding Pool, and then I forgot. Alright, let's play Glacier Fortress, let's get a zombie. I would have got so much zombies here, because I put that in to play get a zombie, and then play this, get 2 zombies. So that was very bad. Oh, and now I can't even... Wait, what did I just did here? What did I just do here? I mean, I can't play Teferi Plus and then Scapeshift. I just don't have enough mana to do that. So I have to play Scapeshift. Alright. And then I just die to Deputy. That's fine, I mean, I'll die to Deputy. Alright. I'm even going to exile this as well. I don't really care. I just want to make a huge number of zombies here, because if they play their own Scapeshift, I need it. So I'll get 2 field, 1 temple, 1 field, all the... Yeah. Alright, and then I'll pass with a bunch of colorless lands. Should have taken Blast Zone, you think? Yeah, should have probably taken Blast Zone. I'm on 14, so I don't die if they have Deputy, but I mean, I'm just basically dead next turn regardless. Okay. I need to top deck another Scapeshift or something and hope they don't have an answer. At the end of the day, it was very hard to win this game. It was very, like, I just didn't draw much. I drew, like, 3 spell. Okay, I'm not dead, I think. Okay, so I need to top deck, like, a Scapeshift. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of attention consuming, but, I'm fine. Like, I don't necessarily need to play 100%. It's okay if I can play. I can play a little sloppy. I think first priority is just to entertain, and then second priority is to play perfect for a streamer. Alright, let's draw a card. I'll bounce this. Elvish Rejuvenator. That'll do it. Alright. I think this is not a good match. Sorry. I wasn't my draws... Sometimes it's not just the contention, it's also just the focus. My draws were just not good enough to compete there. Alright, so I'll want Ashiok Dreamrender, 3 Dovin's Veto. Veil of Summer protects me from Dovin's Veto, which is great, and also from Deputy of Detention, so I think I like all of them. Big Teferi, maybe Big Teferi. Big Teferi does not, yeah, maybe, let's try it. Let's try. I cut the Ceratops to put Ashiok and 2 Teferi. Alright, so I'll cut the Grazers. I'll cut 1 Elvish Rejuvenator, 1 Scapeshift. I have to cut 4 more cards. That's very many. Maybe 1 more Scapeshift. I really like to cut Scapeshifts. I can cut Growth Spiral. Can cut another Elvish Rejuvenator. And probably just a Veil of Summer. I think 2 copies are enough. I think I'll leave him 4 Deputy. Don't you need to bounce Crazes? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But my opponent at the fairy, so they could just bounce their own Deputy and then eat my zombies again. Playing with streamers is just about getting used to it. Yeah. It's fine, guys. You might have watched my legacy videos, right? If you watch my legacy videos, you see how... Sure, I wanna play great. I always love to play great. But sometimes I just make mistakes because that's just normal when you have to talk a lot. So it's okay. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Your Hogak depth video in Channel Farmer was awesome. Thank you very much, Kapanaba. Okay, top land, top land. Sometimes, for example, I at the beginning, right now it's like 2 days without playing this deck, so it's fine. But at the beginning, I forgot which land came to play tapped, which land came to play untapped, and I made like at least one time a pretty big mistakes because of that. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with Ashiok. I think having Ashiok down is great in this matchup. We play only one, and I think I'm gonna start exiling. Like it doesn't do anything, but if we get Field of Dead, it's good. And opponent can't really pressure Ashiok, so I think just a couple of mills is fine. What's my favorite legacy deck right now? I don't really have. I don't really have. I really want to play the Hogak Depth deck. I don't really have many options to chances to play legacy. All right. Unluckily, we hit a hollow fountain, so we can't really take the. We can't really hit the Field of Dead. I keep on doing this. I think. I think I keep on doing this. So maybe if my opponent just deputies it, I can just return it and mill more. Yeah, Ashiok turns off a lot, but we did support out 2 Scapeshift in order to play around Ashiok. Ain Lanzer. Just link it here. I don't know what they were talking about. Link it here and we can see. Mango plays Scapeshift and Ashiok. Yeah, I think one Ashiok is very good in this matchup. I saw Andre Strasky yesterday. He was playing Scapeshift, and his opponents kept on playing Ashiok, and it was amazing. Whereas our opponents previously played Amurdigo, and it was the worst card ever, and they easily lost. Because they went down a card, and they still lost. Okay, so I have 7 lands. I don't care about Scapeshift. I'm gonna probably just go Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, plus Dovin's Veto. So yeah, I'm just gonna have this like B plan of like... I used to have Shifting Ceratops. I cut them for Teferi and Dovin's Veto. Okay, unfortunately I can't counter the Dovin's Veto. And then I'll keep on milling them. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking for 2-hit Field of Dead, but I'm not really doing that. Not really doing that, honestly. Maybe I should stop milling. I don't know. The game actually... Okay, this can the search? Oh, yes, they can. That's pretty bad. Alright. Alright, they have 6 lands. I guess I'll stop hitting with the Ashok. 3, 6, 7. So I'll go Temple of Mystery. Yeah, I should have gone Elvish Rejuvenator first. That was a mistake. Teferi is good. So am I not playing Elvish Rejuvenator? I don't think so. I think I'm still gonna play Elvish Rejuvenator here. Just getting a bunch of zombies out. Getting a Field of Ruin for that Field of Dead. And yeah, I think I'll still I'll keep on milling. Alright, I hit 1 Field of the Dead at least, and also Blast Zone. And I'll pass. I don't want to play Scapeshift Sorcery Speed. This is too bad against Deputy. Even though we hit 2 Deputies, I wish they could just group them same in the same cards so you can understand easily what's left. Okay, so they got a big Krasis and a Tranquil Cove. Alright. Circular's Route. Sure. So, what I'm playing here... I don't really want to play Scapeshift. So they have 28 cards. So I think first thing first, I'll Field of Ruin your Field of Dead. Yes. I'll get a forest. Then if I play a Scapeshift, I can get a bunch of utility lands actually. So maybe that is fine. Maybe that is fine. Let me think about this. Because this is close. I kind of just want to wait to draw Teferi. I did bottom it, which is like pretty stupid. I did shuffle my deck though. If I go for Scapeshift, I create a lot of zombies. I get 4 Field of Dead. Maybe I should go Scapeshift here. Yeah, maybe I should go Scapeshift. Yeah, I think I'll go Scapeshift here. Okay, let's go Scapeshift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to take 6 lands. They need to be Temple, Blast Zone, Field of Dead, Blossoming Sands, Tranquil Cove, and Arch of Aratka. So this is 6 different. I think I can also take 1 less and just take Arch of Aratka, another Field of Dead. I don't know. Hopefully I don't. I didn't make a mistake. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake. I should be fine. I should make zombies here. Yes, I do. Okay, that's good. Alright, and I'll pass. Now I have 3 Field of Dead, which means that basically any land does a lot of damage. And I choose to take only 4 Colorado land. Alright, that's a deputy. I think I'll leave it on top. It's better. It's just better than a land. And now with the Ashiok, do I want to minus it? I guess I should. I should minus it. Yeah, I will minus it. Sure, the Ashiok will die. It hasn't done too much. But if I had milled the Field of the Dead, my opponent would have had just 1 left in the deck. Okay. So that is the reason why I decided to suicide my Ashiok, which will die regardless, because my opponent will have just attacked it. So that's why I decided to do that. So what Ashiok did in this game was to just stop my opponent from casting early Circular's routes. And now that I put a pressure, I have to kill it. If they did not have this, I would have just had an Ashiok chilling here. I ran out of his deputies. They played 3. Yeah, that's true. Alright, I guess we win the game. Good game. We win the game because I have now Deputy on top of the deck to hit their zombies and then win the game because of it. But yeah, I like this plan. Like, Ashiok did not do much. It was very much card disadvantage in this game, but it stopped my opponent from casting early, like, Circular's Route or, you know, just a bunch of things. And I guess, like, you know, just milling Field of Dead is a plan. Like, it's kind of bad, but it could be a plan because the Ashiok is not a Mordig, okay? It isn't just that. It's a Mordig plus. Can also be something else. If both plans are very bad, exiling the card or milling are 2 very bad strategies. But alright, opponent's dead here. I have 21 zombies, so. Alright, go to game 3. We go to game 3. Ashiok is stamped in some sense. Yeah. So I'm still stand by my choice of having only 2 Scapeshift. We did win with it, but I think you know, the game goes pretty long. I think it's fine. Veil of Summer. I think Veil of Summer is just too good because they have 3 Dovin's Vit as well as 3 deputies. It's just very good, I think. Well, if I got one more Scapeshift, I think so. I think I got one more Scapeshift. I've been boarding out a lot Scapeshift. I think main deck you're kind of a combo deck, but post sideboard you become more of like a control deck. Sure. Let's keep this hand. Once again, you need to be careful about the top lands, but that's fine. We're gonna play Tranquil Cove turn 1, Temple Garden turn 2, Grit Spiral, Azor Guildgate. Keep. Alright, my teammate Javier Dominguez, he's number 2, is very close to number 1. So I wanna, you know, reach him. I want to reach Javier. I don't know what Javier's playing. I think vampires, who knows. Javier's never tells me anything. It just silently goes to number 1. Okay, I played Memorial to Genius. And I'll pass the turn. Javier's playing Scapeshift. Yeah, maybe he's playing Scapeshift on stream. I don't know if he plays Scapeshift on the ladder as well. What do you think about the State of Band ramp? My problem with ramp was that it had a bad matchup against. I'm thinking. Against Scapeshift. That was my problem with the deck. Alright, we ramp a lot here with the Circular's Route. And I think I'm happy to do so. Alright, finally enough, I ran out of gates. I have 1 gate left. So I'll take the Semi-Guild Gate and I think a Forest. I have 2 Veil of Summer. So now I have 6 different lands. So the Field of Death will make a zombie. And then I can't even play whatever. Isn't everyone goal to reach levels of year? Yeah, yeah. Whenever I see like basically anything, I always look at Marcio and Javier. If I did better than them, I'm very happy. Marcio and Javier are definitely my two goals. You know, goal to overcome. But Marcio went first in the. Marcio went first in the MPL Weekly. Okay, Deputy on the Crazes is a fine play. I drew three of these. Oh, this could have been a. I could have won the game here. This could have easily been a Scapeshift, but I boarded out all of them to get my Veil of Summer. So I'll Deputy that. I'll play a land, make a zombie, and attack the fairy. Yeah, it's so bad to have those Veil of Summer against the fairy, but hopefully, you know, it's. Actually, I couldn't really have played Scapeshift here because they still let the fairy down. If I killed the fairy now I want to draw Scapeshift because I have Veil of Summer to protect me from Deputy. Yeah, drawing 3 Veil of Summer is very, very unfortunate. But I guess that's maybe, maybe that's the reason why I should play 2 in this matchup only. Alright. Okay. Going to attack with all at the fairy. I should have made land drop first. Oh no, I already have City's Blessing. Okay, that's good. And I don't care if they double block my Deputy. Now I could die to Scapeshift next turn. I could easily die to Scapeshift next turn. Yeah. I'm gonna draw with Arch of Aratka. Because I can't play my Veil of Summer regardless, so might as well just draw something good. Don't know what. Alright, Field of Death is actually very good here. Because this means that's why I hold on my land drop. Because this means that I have a lot of zombies and maybe I can even block enough zombies off the Scapeshift opponent. Because next turn, what I'm doing is... okay, let's see what they have here. Today's I said. If they go Crazes... Yeah, I'm already Mythic. Yeah, I hit Mythic in the first match. It was a cool match, though. Javier only brings 1 Veil in the Mirror. Thank you very much. I don't know if you're a DM Montignon, but in that case, very much thank. Alright, let's get an island out. How did Blue-Red turn out? It's good. It's a fine deck. It's a fine deck. It's not, you know, a very good deck. It's just a cool deck. I don't really understand the aim of all these people just coming in the chat saying their dislike for the deck that I'm playing. I really just don't understand it. Okay, so let's play Deputy of Detention. Hit on the Teferi, so that now my Veil of Summer will be ready. Really hope my opponent doesn't have another Veil of Summer. Not another Teferi. At least though I can cycle them if that's the case. Alright, got lucky the opponent didn't draw Scapeshift. Good morning. Okay, the Plebish Rejuvenator, that's fine. 3 of a kind in my hand, it's so bad. I'm so disappointed. It's just that I got like Dovin's Veto the bunch, and Veil of Summer would have been nice all the time, but... Okay. So they passed the turn. Alright, I'll just... Okay, my turn. I'll draw a card with this. Arch of Wrath gets so good. I'm so happy to play it. Oh, okay. Wow, it is a lot of sideboard hate that we're drawing. Okay, so now hopefully they have a Dovin's Veto and I can Veil of Summer it. Finally, I can play my Cryptic Command for 1 mana. Yes, finally. Finally it paid off. Yes, double? That's nice. That's nice. Look at this Dovin's Veto. Look at this Veil of Summer now. Double Cryptic Command. Double Cryptic Command. And give my Teferi, thanks. Alright. I don't see a single card because of this situation, but I know that I'm very much ahead. So I have 4 mana to cast a Circular's Route. Yeah. So I'll play a Circular's Route. And then I can, and then I have both Veil of Summer and Dovin's Veto up. Because I untap 2 lands with the Teferi end of turn. Alright. So I have 3 mana up to have these. The Veil of Summer protection is kind of obscure in your lands, but yeah, I'm so glad I had all of these then. Okay, the Crack the Memorial to Genius, which I really dislike. I think Archer Varatka is just superior. Alright, they play a land, that's fine. I don't want to go Scapeshift, try to win, yeah. They had a lot of cards in hand. I'd rather just take it slow. I don't need to win, you know? I don't need to win this game. I'm very much ahead. Very, very much ahead. Now maybe I can do that, but... Yeah, probably now I can do that. Or maybe not. I think I have enough zombies regardless. Alright, let's do this. I'll attack with my... I'll attack with my zombies. I just want to, you know... That's why I bought into Teferi. I don't know if Teferi is good in the mirror. I'm just exploring. Just exploring. For the, you know... Normal player, this might be a boring game, but for me it's just a lot of testing, because I'm just changing sideboard cards, seeing how the matchup goes. Of course, you know, there might be way other, more interesting game to watch, and you can go there, and I'll be very happy for you. But right now, I'm just trying to practice a lot here. So if I go Circular's Route, I make enough zombies. I think I'll go for Scapeshift. This is my last Scapeshift of the deck. But I think it's good enough here. I don't know how many lands are left. I have no clue of that. So how many lands do I play in my deck? 27? Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna put a bunch into play. I don't need to. I don't have basics. Yes, I know that. I know that. Alright, I go Dovin's Veto. Actually, you know what? Let's just resolve. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I guess I just said that I didn't have any basics for the route, and then I cast route regardless. Classic Mangu. Resolve. Okay, draw a card with the Archer Varatka, and eventually just win the game. I can't just emblem the Teferi here. There's also that. I have another Veil of Summer to protect me. Circular's Route, yeah, I think that's fine. They're gonna get 2 zombies, but I can easily beat that. I think I'm keeping the Dovin's Veto for like the Teferi or stuff. Had I Dovin's Veto, their Scapeshift. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it could have been... I should have maybe done that. I was thinking about the Circular's Route still would have get me 4 zombies, but it didn't. So enter, and I'll draw a card with the Arch. Alright, I also have Crazes. I forgot about it. 29 cards in my deck. Draw a card with the Teferi. I'm definitely gonna cast the Teferi Time Raveler here. I can even bounce my Deputy. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I'll bounce my Deputy, draw a card. Ashiok, nice. Alright, I'll put 3 zombies into play. And then I'll play, I guess I'll play Ashiok. Yeah, I could play a Crazes. So I need just 2 mana. I need just 1 mana. 3, 6, 9, 12. So I'll play Crazes for X equal 10. Actually, X equal 8. And then I'll untap 2 lands end of turn. Yeah, I can pass. Untap 2 lands and discard Rejuvenator. Whatever, that's it. How did I end up with Big Teferi? I'm playing 2 in the sideboard. Playing 2 Big Teferi in the sideboard. I mean, this game is over. Mangu 09 advances from 84. I think I have a very, very good record. Like, I don't know how to check the win percentages, but since the 1st of August, I think I have a great record. I've been winning a lot this standard. before with John Dinos, then John Dinos and John Dinos was very good at the beginning. All right, 64. But then with the Scapeshift, right now I'm 13 and 4. 13 and 4. All right, let's continue. Oh yeah, the fairy emblem and crazes. That's fun. I suggest you to put Arch of Aratzka over Memorial to Genius. When do you sideboard in Teferone? I sideboard in Teferone in the slow matchups. So against opening is two match today. So this is the first time I play Big Teferi, and I boarded him twice, 2 times. I boarded him against Big Teferi, and sorry, I boarded in the mirror match and against Blue Black Control. I played these two matchup and I boarded it. Guillaume, copy Navier on the Teferi. Oh, actually, I didn't know Javier was playing Teferi. Honestly, I'm very honest here. Me and Javier don't. I'm not really talking too much these days. Not because we're, it's fine. It's just he's playing. I'm playing. I was playing yesterday. Actually, I was watching Martin Juza playing on stream, and he played against that card. That's how I ended up playing with Big Teferi. All right. Okay, let's go. I put to the bottom is Selesnya Gate. Selesnya Gate is good in there. Okay, another mirror match. Oof, it's a lot of mirror match going on. Good morning, good morning. You're both really good. I mean, yeah. Very, very often, by just watching so much Magic as we do, I mean, as I do, for example, you'll just come across a lot, very many lessons, I think. Okay, what's the best play? Teferi or Elvish Rejuvenator? I think it's Elvish Rejuvenator, so next turn I can go double 3-drop. So Field of the Dead in play is nice, but I think I'd rather just go different kind of lands. My opponent's Brazilian. Alright, Brazilian opponent. Do you watch show stream? I do, yeah. And actually, how can you still be here, Reapy88?
Look at the look on Reed's face there.
Beep de Verde.
What's happening to him here. That's going to become a meme at some point.
Thank you very much, Beep de Verde, for your 2 months in a row. Very, very nice. Alright, Reapy88, you know what? I'm kind of tired, and I'm going to... I don't know. Actually, no. Just leave. I don't want to ban you. Just leave. I don't want these like random people in my chat that just have no clue and they just complain about random things. I like my chat. I think my chat is very smart, but I just don't want people like Reapy88. How do you choose how to use 3 mana Teferi? Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult. What you want to do is just hit land drops all the time. Okay, for example, now the question is, do I want to take the hit or trade? I think I'm trading. You think playing Scapeshift for the MCQ? Right now, that's my favorite deck, yes. Alright, let's go for Crazies for 4. You can say your opinion. Yeah, but if your opinion is, it's the classic opinion. Whatever, I don't want to talk about this. No, don't say your opinion if it's like that. Sometimes it's better to not say opinion. Like, you don't have to say your opinion every single time, Alright, yeah, I think Scapeshift is the best deck right now. I think it is. There's a lot of hype about vampires. I don't understand, personally, very much the reason for so much hype about vampires. But there is. There's definitely a lot of hypes for vampires right now. Okay, my opponent is going pretty big. With bouncing my crazes to prevent their Teferi and making two zombies only. Okay. Deputy, though. Alright. Unfortunately, I don't have 7 different lands because I have 2 Field of the Dead. I don't necessarily remember when I got 2 Field of the Dead together, but that's when I said it was different. Okay, so what do we want to do here? So I could go for Deputy on their Teferi and then Scapeshift in their turn, but 7 zombies just don't cut it. Okay, 7 zombies are not enough. So what I'm doing here is casting Elvish Rejuvenator, put a land into play. Don't trigger. Now play something else. For example, actually I can just minus this Teferi. What if I minus Teferi on the Elvish Rejuvenator? That's pretty smart, right? I like it. I don't really have another. Maybe not. Maybe I want to play a Crazes this turn. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna play a Crazes this turn, because that way Crazes can attack the Teferi regardless, because it's a 2/2. So I'm gonna go for Arch of Aratzka here, which actually I don't really want to sacrifice. No, I think I'm gonna play this instead. I don't want to sacrifice the Arch of Aratzka to my Scapeshift. So I make 2 zombies and play a Crazes, which will attack the Fairy next turn. Do you think my startup format is good to watch? I don't. Yes, I really like playing Magic Fair and, just very interactive games, very difficult games, long games. The longer the game goes, the more skill intensive it is. Short game makes for a bad game, in my opinion. So I really like this mirror match of Scapeshift. They are very intricate, they have a lot of lines, and they are very challenging for a good player to play. If you are, a new player and it's maybe, you wanna something different from the game of Magic, which is like diversity and easy combat and stuff, then you might not agree. But for me, I like long games of Magic. Very, 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 very nice. Yes. You have to beat your opponent for me to have the highest ranked Brazilian. Yeah, Cardarelli, I'll do it for you. Yes, don't play Memoria to Genius. Memoria to Genius is not good. Like, it's very hard that you want to sacrifice your land. Like, very late in the game. Don't play it. Don't play it. Also, it's a top land. You already have so many top lands. Very often you want to go turn 3 Elvish Rejuvenator. Okay, they go big Crazes. That's fine. Okay, so now we have a good plan now. They pick up the Teferi up to 2. Now I can go Deputy on the Crazes, attack the Teferi, plus Teferi, and pass, and then have Scapeshift end of turn. Whoa, big raid. Alright, thank you very much, Krim, for the raid. And yeah, welcome everybody from the Asian Avenger chat. I think the Asian Avenger was kind of forced to, right? Was kind of forced to raid me here after I soundly defeated him earlier. Okay, in the meanwhile, thank you for destroying me. Yeah, you were my last game before Mythic, so I'm very glad I beat you. Okay, so now we need another plan, because the Arbora Grazer will stop me from killing the Fairy. So what is the new plan here? This is hard, because this is very hard. Okay, let's do this. Let's play Deputy of Detention, eat the Crazes. Then I want to bounce the Deputy of Detention, draw a card. Then I want to play Glacial Fortress, make 2 zombies. And then I want to play both Teferi and Deputy. Alright, I'm very glad how this sequencing went. Yes, that is what I want to do here. I'll play Teferi. And I think I'm debated between to bounce the Arbora Grazer or just plus. Because I can also just Deputy the Teferi. So both of these lines are very efficient here. I think I'm gonna go for just plus the Fairy and Deputy the Grazer and kill the Fairy. Deputying a real card is not good, but the cost, the payoff is killing the Fairy, so I think it makes sense. Wing Trader confirm? Yeah, very much. Thank you very much. Alright, yeah. Okay, that's very good. So, this turn was nice. We passed the turn very much advantaged, and opponent has to deal with my Teferi. They can Deputy it. That's gonna be fine, as I don't have an answer to their Deputy if they do that. If they attack, I'll just block in a smart way, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. What do you think about Black Scapeshift in a Mordigo? I really despise a Mordigo. I think it's not a magic card. I don't know if you followed the Asian Avenger match earlier, but poor Krim played as a Mordigo on my Field of the Dead. He exiled all 4 and then still lost the game, because that card... Basically, what happens is, if you play a Mordigo, you are like... Why not Deputy their Teferi? I mean, Krim, you kept the 2 islands hand, I even mulliganed to 5, scratched to the bottom 2 spells. My hand was 5 lands, and I was like, please play discard spell, but you were mana screwed on black. So what happened was that you didn't make any discard spell. You drew black very late, so you played all your discard spell later when I drew my spells. So my big brain play of putting to the bottom all my spells didn't work. So I was very upset there. Okay, so what happens here? What happens here? Okay, so first thing first, I'll attack the Teferi. I think what I'm going to do in this turn is just play huge crazes. I don't have much else to do. So, 3, 6, 9. So yeah, I'm gonna play a Temple of Araska, an Arch of Araska, trigger. Put 2 zombies, and I'm gonna bounce the crazes. And play crazes X equal 8. Draw 4 cards and then discard a bunch of lands. I might just put X equals 6. I think X equals 6 could be enough. So that I don't go to discard. I really dislike going to discard in these games. Yeah, I think I don't want to go to discard. Let's play a Bora Grazer. Let's put a Temple of Mystery into play. Scry, I don't want lands. I don't want lands. Opponent can't do anything in my turn, so I can just take it slow. Blossom Incense, let's go. Why not instant Scapeshift playing around veto? Well, first thing first, there are so many things that why so salted that do not make sense in your sentence. First thing first, we game 1, so there's no veto. Second thing, we have Teferi, so we shouldn't be afraid of veto. 4 e 5, 9. Yeah, I'm gonna go X equals 7, which doesn't really make sense because you go like, usually you wanna play an X that's odd, but I already made my land drop. The only thing that can reward me for doing that is the Arbora Grazer, so I think it's better to put a 7/7 than pass the turn with like maybe we draw an Arbora Grazer. So I don't want to go to discard in this matchup. I think in this matchup we might need all our cards. So every time you go to discard, you kind of remove a card from your hand. So I don't want that to happen. Okay, the Blast Zone is on 3, so they can crack up Teferi and Deputy and the Rejuvenator. So let's see what they do here. Okay, so now we have a crazy 7/7. Opponent could play a large crazes, at which point we do not have an answer for it. Which is kind of unlucky, because we have 4 Deputy in our deck, as well as 4 Teferi to bounce the Deputy. Yeah. Affects Little Chandra. What's Little Chandra? The 3 mana Chandra? I didn't know what that was. I didn't know it was that good. Okay, so this game's cool. This game's very, very close. Mill your worst card, does that really matter? It does matter. In this matchup, it does matter. We played 4 deputies, yes. It always matters, I think, discarding a card. Like, this matchup is gonna be very long, okay? Very, very long. Unless we just die. End of turn. Like, if they answer my Teferi, they go end of turn, Scapeshift, maybe we die. Rudy Stephenson. If you go exclamation deck, you see my deck list. We run 29 lands. Alright, so that's a crazy for 5. That's a weird number. Why did I go for 5? Also, I hope the Cardboard Live app works. Okay, so I think they just time out here because their turn was not very impressive. Okay, so they have a lot of zombies. I'm going to attack the fairy with, I'm going to just plus the fairy first. Might as well, to not forget. Then I'll attack with crazes on the Teferi, and that's it. If they block, the Teferi goes down to 2. Which is still, you know, pretty good. I think what happened was my opponent was just thinking a lot, and the timer timed out. I think they were about to play Scapeshift or something. Speaking of playing Scapeshift, I'm gonna play it now. So I'll go Field of Dead and then Scapeshift. I think I'll sacrifice... Alright, let's tap manually the lands that I sacrifice. I think I'll just sacrifice 4 lands. Actually, it's fine to sacrifice this so that I can still draw a card off the Arch. So I'll play Scapeshift. I'll sacrifice 5 lands. It's not about a matter of zombies, it's more about a matter of like having lands in your deck for future ways. Alright, let's take a Field of Ruin. I don't have any more Temple, yeah, I do have Temple of Mystery, that's good. I definitely don't want to take Gates. Do I want to take another Field of the Dead? I guess, right? Yeah, why not? Alright, a lot of triggers. That's the thing, you know, in these matchups, you don't need to just... Like, taking out lands from the deck obviously is good, but it also makes so that if opponent goes Deputy on here, we need some lands in the graveyard, in the deck to just trigger some Scapeshift. We don't need many. What if Arena... yeah. If Arena runs out of zombies, it's pretty bad. But hopefully they don't. Okay, so we gain 2 life, scry a card. No, thank you, land. And now we have Archer of Wrath end of turn, and I'll pass the turn. It's all good here. Alright. Yeah, Teferi plus doesn't overrule the other one. In Magic, the non always overrule the yes. Sorry, the negative. Sorry, what is it called? Like the negative. Like if I say you can't lose the game, and you say I win the game, you don't win because I say I can't lose. Like if there's I don't know anything that say I win the game and you have a Platinum Angel, you don't lose. No, I think in paper you just put a dice. Okay, but these games are cool. Like I understand. I mean, actually, I don't understand people not liking this game. Maybe because like you don't really want to engage in those long games. But this is, I think this is why we play the game Magic the Gathering. I don't play Magic the Gathering to play Mono Red against vampires. You know, I play Magic to play like these intricate games where there's like 20,000 decisions and they all matter. So it could be. I can see this game being boring to watch, but it's definitely very challenging to play. Okay, opponent needs to find a Deputy here on these 27 zombies, or they die. And that's not going to be a big problem, because next turn we can just present a lot. Yeah. But again, like, the great thing of Magic is that it's various. It's different. So you can like and not like whatever you care, and there's always a thing for you. Alright, opponent lost. Maybe they don't find Deputy. Maybe they don't play Deputy. We play 4, so we're very likely to hit it. Okay, we put Ashiok, Big Teferi, 3 Dovin's Veto, and 2 Veil of Summer. I board out 2 Scapeshift, 3 Arbora Grazer. I board out 1 Lavish Rejuvenator. What else do I want to board out? 2 cards I need to board out. So the worst cards are maybe a Growth Spiral. Growth Spiral is good. What are the bad cards here? I think I'm keeping 2 Veil of Summer. I think I'm gonna go for Elvish Rejuvenator. I'm gonna cut an Elvish Rejuvenator again. I really dislike Scapeshift in this matchup. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna cut the Deputy. What do you think if Cuneo Demir deck... I really dislike this kind of decks. The Demir deck from Cuneo was a control deck that has to draw the... Like, I never played these kind of decks where you need to draw like a certain part of the deck against a certain matchup. You have a lot of dead cards in some matchups, and it's just a very reactive deck. I'm more of like a proactive player than a reactive player. Okay, I also really need to go to the restroom, so hopefully I win this game fast. And then I go. Alright. Keep 7. Let's go. Oh, I just realized this end is all mono top land. And mono 3 drop as well. So, best draw would be... Arbora Grazers in the sideboard, unfortunately. That would have been a good draw. Field of Ruin is not very good. It does make me cast a 3-drop, I guess. That's why I love Arch of Wrath over Memorial to Genius. Because sometimes you just have all top lands. They're gonna go for Ashiok here. So that has stopped the Circular's Route to happen. Circular's Route is, I think, one of the reasons why this deck is good. I really, really like it. Actually, I think I'm gonna go to Fairy. So, this stops Circular's Route, yes, but this stops every other counter. And I have a circular route next turn that I really want to resolve, so I think I'm going to go to Fairy. And I think I'm minus again as well. Just guarantee to draw that card, and so that if our opponent plays like a shifting Ceratop, actually no, that doesn't matter. If the opponent plays like a Deputy of Detention, then we get to keep the Teferi. Alright, luckily they didn't have the Circular's route. Alright, speaking of Circular's route, here it comes, yes. This is the best way to play in the mirror match. Just ramp. Just ramp and then have more mana than your opponent. Okay, they passed the turn. Wow, they didn't do anything. That's insane. Okay, I drew Dovin's Veto. So what I can do here is playing Deputy and pass the turn. I think I'll play a Field of Ruin. So I have both Deputy, yeah, Growth Spiral, and Dovin's Veto. Yes, I like it. So let's play Deputy. They can't answer, and I'll just eat the Teferi and pass the turn. They actually can answer. I forgot about it. They have Blast Zone. Alright, but that's gonna still be fine, I think. So the Blast goes up to 3. Yeah. I didn't see the Blast Zone. Have you recently put up an Esper tempo control list? No, I dislike tempo. I dislike Esper. I think Esper is unplayable with Field of the Death around. I've played against 3 Esper deck yesterday, and I beat them all very easily. I don't think I've lost a game, and I think all these control decks right now really don't work. Okay, so this was very bad. This was very bad. But that's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, we did Stone Rain them. Hello, Dreus. Okay, so they have... Oh, porca boy, I should have played Growth Spiral. Fuck, I forgot. I totally forgot that I would get back to Fairy. Hopefully it's not gonna matter too much. So they don't get the zombie because they have 2 islands. Yeah, not a big deal. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so what does the Ashik do? So that's kind of library opponent control. So with Field of Ruin, they still search, right? I think so. All right, what's the sequencing here? I really wanted to find a Field of Dead because the Field of Dead would make a zombie. That's a pretty big deal. So I definitely want to kill the Field of Dead. Alright, let's do this. Though if I hit the Field of Dead now, it's great. But I kind of just want to play double Planeswalker here. And I can't do that if I can't do that if I go Spiral. So first thing first, I'm going to play Field of Ruin. No, Ashiok doesn't stop Field of Ruin. Because Ashiok said your opponent control and the Field of Ruin is yours. Actually, I can't go for... Yeah, I can't go for that, so... I'm gonna go for Teferi, draw card. I still have to make a land drop, hoping to draw a Field of the Dead. And then... Okay. And then hope to hit it with the Growth Spiral. Alright, I bricked. So I'll pass the turn. It doesn't stop opponent. Yeah, it doesn't. Because especially your opponent control, the Field of Ruin is yours. Hello, Mario. So there's that. I think it's better to just play a Teferi, because Repo sideboard, there's a lot of like Dovin's Veto going on. Alright, Bruno also has Teferi. Maybe they're up to date with this big Teferi action. Maybe I should have like Prize and Realm for this matchup. I guess there's Teferi. Maybe Exile's Binding. Exile's Binding is also cool because it's good against Veil of Summer. Yeah, if opponent plays Field of Ruin, then you can do that, yeah. Yeah, sequences is hard. I agree. Yeah, but yeah. Okay, we're definitely behind in this game, especially because we didn't draw a Field of Dead. And also boarded out a lot of my Scapeshifts. Ooh, that's a good draw. 3, 6, 8. Alright, let's play a big crazy. X equals 6. Alright, that's the Field of the Dead, finally. Alright, pass the turn. Okay, Crazies is definitely the way to win these kind of games. What do they do? Oh, they kill my Teferi. Okay, so now they can play a lot of counter magic, and my counter magic will not work. So it's not a great place to be. Awesome coverage. Thank you very much, Mario. Alright, they're cycling these Teferis. Did it bounce my Crazes? Looks like it. Okay. Maybe I should play Narset in this matchup. Maybe Narset is better than Ashiok. Ashiok has not been good so far. Alright, they untap 2. Actually, no, they don't untap 2 lands. Yeah, I'll put into play a Narset in my sideboard. Okay, so many options now. So many options now. Alright. Whatever, I'll trade. I think I'll kick things off with a Growth Spiral. I really want to draw a Teferi. Think about Death and Taxes in Legacy? I don't like it. I used to like it. Used to be one of my favorite deck, but now among Plague Engineer and Brandon 6 is not good anymore. There are different decks though that are similar, like Giver of Runes and like stuff like that. They are trying to play around. Okay, I think what I'm doing this turn is just cast a bunch of ramp, and then I don't know what. Honestly, I don't know what. Still have to make a land drop. This is why I don't think. This is why I don't think Scapeshift is needed in post sideboard. Because you just naturally have like 20,000 zombies. Yeah. Okay, the go Scapeshift end of turn. This might be good enough though. So I have 9 blockers. I could have played a mini Crazies to play Scapeshift. Sorry, to play the Fairy, that's true. I didn't see this play, honestly. I didn't see this very common play. I could have maybe started turn with Ashiok. Alright, I think that is too many zombies. So I have 9 blockers, but they have 29. Alright, it's game. Maybe the sequencing of this turn was bad. I was just ramping up, but I should have maybe be protected. Yeah. Okay. So Deputy Detention does deal with Teferi, which is a big deal. Maybe we should keep 4. But drawing a lot of these is bad. I don't necessarily know what's the best configuration post sideboard. It's actually very hard to puzzle all this sideboarding with this deck, because a lot of cards here are good. Like, there's very many cards that are good here. I think I'm standing by this sideboarding, but I don't know if it's good or not. Does anybody else only see black screen? Hopefully not. Yeah, Ashok is not good. Yeah, I'll cut it after this game. Okay, let's go. Yeah, exactly. Repeat 88. You're a very angry person. Why you're so angry person? What's wrong, Repeat? Tell me. I can be your therapist. Tell me why you're so angry. Isn't this matchup about to Scapeshift first? No, it is not. It's more about card advantage, like every single game of Magic, basically. There's a lot of answer for Scapeshift, namely Deputy of Detention. Tell us where the Scapeshift hit you exactly. Alright, let's go to Fairy Plus. Are you certified, Mango? No, I'm not. But you always hear on the television all these people that are not certified, right? You like manipulation in the sideboard in this deck? It's pretty bad against Veil of Summer. I think mass manipulation is pretty bad against Veil of Summer these days. It's very hard to play. Could you explain why they didn't play Ashiok? Because I made a mistake. I said it. First thing I said was I made a mistake. Alright. Opponent is ramping a lot. So the question is, do I want to play Circular's Route or do I want to play Elvish? I think I want to play Circular's Route. So I'll plus the fairy again and pass the turn. Yeah, you don't really need certifications in Italy, right? You just do the thing, and if Legiana comes to you and knock at your door, you just hide your face and go away, and that's gonna be it. So it's all good. For example, I'm a certified Magic Pro player, but there's no certifications needed. Okay, that's fine. They did tap all their blue mana, which is kind of weird. But Bruno, if you're listening to me, put Archer Rascal Memorial to Genius. Alright, they're already making zombies. Pretty cool. But they have the fairy down. They have no blue mana. Okay. So I'm gonna go Circular's Route, but I have nothing going on here. I need to find either a Field of Dead or just a good card. I have two Teferi. Big Teferi, I mean. Only one Scapeshift, though. Crazes. I want to draw Crazes. That's what I want to draw. Come on, let's draw Crazes. Crazes is exactly the card that you need in these games. Alright, what do they do? They do Scapeshift? They could do Scapeshift here. It could be devastating. Alright. Circular's Route. 2 gates. Thank you. Draw a card. Blast Zone. Alright. What are you gonna do? I think first thing first, I'm gonna bounce the zombie and draw a card. I could have bounced the Eldritch Rejuvenator. Maybe that would have been better. But the thing is that if I don't hit a Field of the Dead, I just don't have enough zombies. Opponent can even make another zombie here. Oh. Opponent can make another zombie end of turn with a Field of Ruin. So that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad indeed. I can see myself losing this game now. I mean, I have nothing going on, so it's very easy. Like, let's say we play Scapeshift. I mean, of course, like, Teferi plus Scapeshift I think is good, right? Like, Teferi plus Scapeshift is the best. But it's not that easy to have a Teferi down and have your opponent not have Teferi down. It's not that easy to puzzle all the thing together. Field of Ruin at Blast Zone? Sure. That's fine. I mean, I don't really... Yeah, it's fine. I can lose the Blast Zone. Blast Zone is not good in this. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We did lose. I guess we did lose the previous game because we got by Blast Zone. I don't know. This matchup is definitely interesting. There's a lot of... I don't think I've ever... This might be the first time that I lose to it, but it's Bruno Oliveira from Brazil, number 28 on the rank, paired with Mengucci drawing 4 spell-only lands. So I could see losing this, but... So I need to draw Crazes. 3, 6, 8, 9. If I draw Crazes, I can play for 8, having Veil of Summer up to prevent from Deputy. But if I don't, that'll be hard. Oof. I think I need to cycle. I think I need to cycle this Veil of Summer. It's not gonna do anything, but I think I need to cycle. Alright, Teferi's down. Luckily, our opponent can't attack our Teferi. So, like, I understand that, you know, there's the game where you go Teferi, you ramp a lot Teferi plus Scapeshift. But I don't know if that's normal, okay? Alright, 1 counter on the Blast Zone. Then we untap. No bueno, no bueno. I mean, we play 29 lands. It's not that unlikely that the game goes like this, but... Our opponent can even Field of Ruin my Field of Death. That played quite well. That played very well, I think, overall. So good on you, Mr. Bruno. Mr. Bruno Oliveira. Whoa, they killed the Blast Zone. Okay. That's weird. I don't like this play at all now. Bruno Bucciarietti. I don't know what that means. Some people also say that the climate change don't exist. And some people also say that the earth is flat. Do you think we should write new books about the earth being flat? Mr. Maron030. You could have sucked the zone to the 9 then 2 zombies. That's true, Guillaume, but I would also maybe, yeah. I guess I did trade 2 zombies for 1 zombie, so that was a bad play. You're right. You're very much right. I did not think about that play. Thank you for pointing it out. Okay, so my board is totally clean, and I have 4 lands in my hand. Best draw is still Crazes. Crazes will still be my best draw here. Alright, I'll play Fish Rejuvenator first, because if we hit the Field of Death, this lands from hand puts an additional token. I think I draw to go Temple of Mystery and Field of Ruin. I think I need to dig. I'm getting very much behind here. I need to find Crazes. Need to find that Crazes. Alright. Okay, good game. Good game, opponent. Alright, opponent got us. And other than guiding us, they will send us to the restroom. And I will be back in just a second. As soon as I can find